It began quietly, as most love stories in the entertainment world do, not with flashing lights or red carpets, but with two people who found something real in the middle of the chaos. Oat and Boat never planned to fall in love. They were colleagues, co-stars, and eventually best friends. But as the years went by, the connection between them grew into something deeper, something neither of them could ignore, yet something they couldn't share with the world. From the very beginning, their chemistry was undeniable. Every time they appeared together on screen, fans felt it. The warmth in their smiles, the comfort in their silence, the way their eyes lingered a little too long. Viewers called it acting, but those who watched closely knew it was more than that. Still, Oat and Boat stayed silent, protecting their truth in a world that rarely allows love to exist without judgment. For years, they denied the rumors. Whenever reporters asked about their closeness, they'd laugh it off. Boat would say, "We're just really good friends," while Oat would add, "He's like family to me." Behind those smiles, though, was a quiet pain, the pain of pretending not to care in public when, in private, they were each other's everything. It wasn't easy. The entertainment industry can be harsh, especially for those who don't fit the mold of what people expect. Oat and Boat knew the risks. One wrong word, one photo taken out of context, and everything they'd worked for could come crashing down. So, they built walls around their love, hiding it behind jokes, interviews, and busy schedules. But love, no matter how deeply buried, has a way of showing itself. Fans began to notice the small things, matching bracelets, secret glances during interviews, the way Oat always seemed to know what Boat was thinking without a word being spoken. Social media exploded with speculation, and the rumors only grew louder with each passing year. Still, Oat and Boat said nothing. They continued with their careers, appearing on shows together, smiling for cameras, and pretending everything was as it had always been. Yet behind the scenes, their love was becoming harder to hide. There were stolen moments backstage, quiet confessions after long filming days, and late-night calls when the pressure became too much. Then came the turning point. During a fan event in Bangkok, a video surfaced online showing Oat and Boat sharing what looked like a private moment. It wasn't staged, it wasn't scripted, it was real. Oat had gently placed his hand on Boat's shoulder, whispering something that made Boat laugh, his eyes soft and full of affection. The clip spread like wildfire. Within hours, Oat Boat was trending worldwide. The rumors reignited. Interviews turned tense. Some fans were overjoyed, celebrating what they'd always believed to be true, while others questioned their integrity. The pressure was suffocating. For the first time in years, Oat and Boat found themselves at a crossroads, keep hiding and continue to live in fear, or tell the truth and face whatever came next. That night, after another exhausting day of messages and headlines, Boat turned to Oat and said quietly, "I'm tired of pretending we're just friends." Oat looked at him for a long moment, then nodded. "Me too," he said. "If we've come this far together, then we can face this together too." The next morning, Oat posted a photo on his social media. It was simple, a black and white image of two hands intertwined, with the caption, "No more hiding. This is us." Minutes later, Boat reposted it with 3 words that made fans around the world cry, "Always have been." The internet broke. Fans flooded the comments with messages of love, shock, and support. Some couldn't believe it. Others said they knew it all along. Celebrities and colleagues began sharing the post, applauding their courage. But not everyone was kind. As with every public confession, criticism came too. Some questioned if it was a PR move. Others said it would hurt their careers. But for Oat and Boat, none of that mattered anymore. In a heartfelt live broadcast days later, they addressed their fans directly. Oat spoke first, his voice calm but emotional. "We didn't plan to fall in love," he said, glancing at Boat. "But we did. And for a long time, we were scared to say it out loud. We didn't want to lose what we've built, but we also didn't want to lose ourselves." Boat, fighting back tears, added, "We've been through so much, together, in silence. But this is us now. No more hiding, no more pretending. Just love, as it is." The moment became one of the most replayed live streams in Thai entertainment history. Fans from around the world flooded the comments with messages of encouragement and joy. Many said they felt seen, that Oat and Boat's honesty gave them courage to embrace their own truths. In the weeks that followed, the two appeared more open than ever. They were photographed attending events together, walking hand in hand, laughing freely. There was no more fear, no more looking over their shoulders. For the first time, their love could breathe. But what made their story even more beautiful wasn't just the confession, it was what came after. Rather than losing work or opportunities, Oat and Boat became even more beloved. Their authenticity resonated with people in a way that no script ever could. They became symbols of love that defied barriers, showing that real connection doesn't need approval. It only needs honesty. Even now, their fans continue to celebrate the courage it took to turn whispers into truth. The once secret bond that lived in the shadows has now become one of the most inspiring love stories in modern Asian entertainment. And perhaps the most touching part came during a fan meeting months later. A fan asked Oat, "What made you decide to tell the truth now?" He smiled, turned to look at Boat, and said, "Because I realized love deserves to be seen." The room erupted in applause. Boat's eyes filled with tears as he squeezed Oat's hand. It was a moment of quiet triumph, a love once hidden now standing proudly in the light. And just like that, Oat and Boat didn't just reveal a relationship, they revealed what true love looks like when it refuses to be silenced. As the months went by after their public revelation, Oat and Boat's lives changed in ways they had never imagined. The world now knew their truth, no more hiding behind staged interviews or pretending to be just close friends. It was liberating, but it also came with new challenges neither of them had fully prepared for. At first, it felt like a dream. Fans filled their social media pages with messages of love and pride. "You gave us courage," one comment read. "This is what real love looks like," said another. Their fan base grew overnight, not just in Thailand but across Asia. They were invited to international talk shows, magazine shoots, and even brand campaigns that wanted to celebrate authenticity and diversity. But as with all things in the spotlight, fame and love come with a price. Paparazzi began following them everywhere. Every date, every outing, every casual walk turned into headlines. Oat and Boat spotted arguing at cafe, one article claimed. Another read, "Trouble in Paradise." Fans worry after Boat's cryptic post. None of it was true, but the rumors began to take a toll. Boat, who had always been more reserved, started to feel the pressure. The constant scrutiny made him anxious. "We wanted to live freely," he told Oat one night, "but sometimes it feels like we've traded one kind of cage for another." Oat wrapped his arms around him and said softly, "Then we'll build our own peace inside the noise. They can write what they want. We'll just keep writing our story." Those words became a promise. Together, they decided to take a short break from public appearances. They retreated to a quiet coastal town where they could just be themselves again. No cameras, no questions, no noise. There, they spent their days walking along the beach, cooking together, and talking about everything they'd been too busy to feel. It was in that peaceful escape that Oat realized something deeper about their bond. He had fallen in love not with Boat the celebrity, but with Boat the person, the one who made late-night noodles when he couldn't sleep, who laughed until he cried at his bad jokes, and who believed in him even when he doubted himself. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Oat turned to Boat and said quietly, "I used to think love was something we had to protect from the world. But now I know it's what protects us from the world." Boat smiled, tears glistening in his eyes. "Then promise me we'll keep choosing each other, no matter what the world says." "I promise," Oat said, and sealed it with a kiss under the fading sky. When they returned to Bangkok weeks later, they were different, calmer, stronger, more grounded. They no longer hid their affection in public. They attended events together, sometimes arriving hand in hand. They began collaborating on projects again, including a heartfelt miniseries that told a love story inspired by their own. The series, titled Beyond the Spotlight, became a massive hit. Fans praised its sincerity and emotional depth, not realizing until much later that nearly every scene mirrored moments from Oat and Boat's real lives. It wasn't just entertainment, it was their love letter to the world. But the moment that truly defined their journey came during an award ceremony a few months later. The two had been nominated for Best Couple Performance, a category that had always celebrated on-screen chemistry but never real-life romance. When their names were announced as winners, the entire hall erupted in applause. As they walked onto the stage, Boat's hands trembled slightly. Oak gave him a reassuring squeeze before taking the microphone. His voice was steady, but his eyes were glistening. "This isn't just an award for us," he began. "It's for everyone who has ever been told that love needs to be hidden. We've learned that real love doesn't ask for permission, it just asks for truth." Boat took a deep breath, his voice soft but full of emotion. "For years, we were afraid of what might happen if we told the world. But now, we're standing here because of the love you gave us back. Thank you for seeing us." The crowd rose to their feet in a standing ovation. Cameras flashed, tears flowed, and in that moment, Oat and Boat realized something profound. Their story had become bigger than themselves. It was no longer just about their relationship. It was about hope, representation, and the courage to love openly. After the ceremony, they walked out of the venue into the night air, the city lights sparkling around them. Boat leaned against Oat's shoulder and whispered, "You know, if someone had told me years ago that we'd be here like this, I wouldn't have believed it." Oat smiled and replied, "Neither would I. But I guess some secrets are worth waiting to share." And as they stood there, two people who had once been forced to hide their love, now shining brighter than ever, they knew their story wasn't ending. It was only just beginning. In the years that followed, Oat and Boat continued to inspire millions. They used their platform to advocate for acceptance, kindness, and understanding in the entertainment world. They didn't just change how people saw them, they changed how people saw love. Because in the end, their greatest act wasn't falling in love. It was having the courage to let the world see it. Their story, once whispered behind closed doors, had become a song that would echo through the hearts of fans for years to come. A story that said, no matter how long it takes, love always finds its way into the light.